Well, hello there, everybody. We are here with the Kings of Sling. Getting some qualifying done. We got a quick little endurance gonna head your way. We're gonna have some fun here tonight with the Kings of Sling. It won't be long. Yeah. It won't be long. Yeah. It won't be long till we're racing with you. Here we go. The Enduro stock's about to get underway. There's Brooks Trammell right there in the 22. Tim Tazzy, he's ready to get this going. He's ready to get the show on the road. We are just a few moments away from doing just that here with the Kings of Sling. I'm excited. I hope you are as well. Rocket Racing setups, guys. If you are in the market for some open sets. Well, nobody better to look at than Rocket Racing Setups. Kings of Sling getting ready to fire off and underway, guys. Thanks for tuning in here to CWTV tonight. I hope you guys are doing all right. These guys are about to get it underway for, I think we got 100 laps. We'll see here in just a few. They're going to line them up. They're going to get them shaking, baking, and quaking here. Getting ready to get fired up and underway with the Kings of Sling. The Lernerville Speedway here tonight. It's going to be a fun one. These guys getting situated on the field, and we are about ready to go as it is a standing start here in these Enduros. They're going to give him one more pace lap here, then they'll line it up and get ready.
Green flag, green flag.
That green flag call had me a little worried there. Got to get used to that here. They are getting ready to get this underway. Trying to line them up here. 3 wide start. They're going to get it stacked up. Get ready. Brandon's about to give the countdown. 2, 1. Green flag! Go, go, go! That low side getting a good jump here in this one. It's like Blazing Bo Caro out to the front there with Brooks Trammell in the 22. These guys doing a great job here early, getting it done. As the 42 working out in that middle line. He's got Trammell there in that 22 right behind him. Nick Clickenbeard in that 66. He's ready to make something happen. 57 laps. 57 is the number tonight. What a run here as Brooks Trammell follows that leader, Blazing Bo Caro out in the front. That 66 of Clickenbeard. You know as well as I do, once this track starts to slick it off, he's just going to get quicker. And he's ripping that top side. You just got to make sure you don't make that mistake up on the top side, get loose, and end up going fishing down there with that boat and trailer combo package they got down there. You got to keep it safe. Got to do the cooking by the book, you know what I'm saying? You guys putting on a good show here early in this run. Who's going to come out on top here today? Can Brooks Trammell get around here? He's looking to the top side now. As Blazing Bo Caro and Nick Clickenbeard both giving Brooks a hard time. One in front, the other behind. Here we go. These guys doing a great job here. Brandon saying, everybody, thank you for checking out Kings of Sling here on CWTV, and I'll say the same thing. Big thank you to each and every one of you for coming out here, having some fun with us. For some reason, it was saying 57. It is a 100-lapper. We got 100 laps coming your way here. Almost 1/10 of the way through it already. It's quick. These guys especially. Blazing Bo, Brooks, Nick Clickenbeard. Faster than your normal gunslingers here in these dirt street stocks. Not your average dirt street stock drivers here. Pushing forward, doing a great job. That 42 really holding off Brooks at the moment. He says, Blazing Bo on a roll right now. Absolutely. We'll see as this track continues to slicking off if they can keep it going. Holding off the season 1 champ. That was just your first season with Brooks winning that? I could have swore you guys been around a little longer than that. So a big shout out to the Kings of Sling for getting it done here. This is one of their entry-level classes here. They do the supers, they do the pros, they do it all here. There's a lot of dirt racing going on. If you want to get in on the action, Check out the Kings of Sling over on iRacing. These guys throwing it down right now. Battle out in the front. Let's take it back here to Shane Yates, a fast driver here in this series as he tries to close the gap here on Derek Big D Ogden. See if he can get old Ogden around. That Rocket Racing Setups number 11 machine pushing, but pushing real good. See what they're able to nail out here as this one continues on. These guys doing a great job of it. Jesse Wall now getting around Clickenbeard in that 2 machine. Let's follow in and a lap around with Jesse Wall, see what they got. That's a thing you got to deal with here is that visibility, as it becomes very tough to see as these guys make their way around. Brooks Trammell for the lead, side by side with Blazing Bo Caro. These guys going at it here in turns 1 and 2. Brooks Trammell up to the top side, going to take the lead over for now. Just about lap 20. And these races are usually separated in some sort of little patterns, if you will. I think the first one we called was a third. We had 3 leaders, kind of split it up pretty evenly. Last week was about a quarter of the race to each of these guys, and we'll see right now. We're about at that 5th. See if they switch it out here, see if they keep that pattern going. There's the 22 machine looking to take his reign up in the front of this spot here for a bit. See if Brooks can keep it going, do a good job of it. Doing a great job holding steady in the front. The 22 looks to be pulling away just a little bit. Can he keep that run up? Clickenbeard giving Jesse Wall a run for his money. And now Brooks Trammell's going to get into the line of some traffic as well. See if that plays a factor here as the 66 goes down to the low side on the 2. He is good to go. We're going to get it up to Blazing Bo Caro and Brooks Trammell. And watch as these guys pushing forward. See what they got. Can the 22 hold them off? And make it around these lap cars efficiently, safely, calmly. As the car out in front of him, that 055. Causing a little bit of slowdown there. He's going to thread the needle. The 055 keeps it clean. But the 22 of Brooks Trammell not able to make it around just yet. And the 055, he gone. He shot over the gap. He's able to pull it back up. Shane Yates holding steady there. Did you see Shane Yates hold that one? Woo-wee! What a close call that was. And now the 22 of Brooks Trammell working that top side over on that 42. He's still holding off that Blazing Bo Caro in second place right now. Nick Clickenbeard still trying to fire off and catch third, as well as Jesse Wall starting to close that gap between Blazing Bo now. Can he get around old Blazing? Up on the top side, the two doing what he needs to do, getting it done. He is closing that gap. Track slicking off. You see more dirt, more mud piling up on the bumpers here. By the end of it, they're going to have them all covered. No, sir. We got an enduro on our hands. We want a heck of a heat race. A 100-lap heat race here at the Daytona, or the Lernerville 24-hour. Good to see he's out. He's back home. Glad you're doing all right, buddy. He's cheering on Brooks. Jesse Wall still closing in on that 42. Nick Clickenbeard, meanwhile, on that low side. Looked like he was going to make a run there as he came into the picture. There he is. Blazing Bo in the two of Jesse Wall, making a little bit of contact. The 66 of Clickenbeard now gonna look to the low side of Jesse Wall. Can he make it happen? Not just yet. Gonna have to fall back in line. Thank you very much, sir. Blazing Bo still holding these guys off at the moment. Doing a great job with that two machine behind him. But Jesse Wall's coming. He's coming quick. Through the slick, that 42 just has to be like a surgeon. Like a surgeon. The two getting into Clickenbeard. Whoopsie. A little incident there. Yeah, Miguel, I don't know how they do that. I'm going to be honest, not sure. They ride that right rear just right on it. I'll tell you what, we'll follow along. Jesse Wall. Miguel wants to see the right rear. We'll watch the right rear. Let's see how close they get to taking this bad boy off of the track. Oh, my goodness. I'm clinching. Oh, my goodness. Woo! So close. Up on that top side. He is a sneeze, a blink, a shiver away from going over that berm. Oh, no! The 42 of Blazing Bo Caro. He's over. He brings it back on in front of Shane Yates. Shane Yates should have the momentum to get him around the corner here. And we're going to start to see the 11 of Shane Yates really start to pull through as this track slicks off. Jesse Wall now has Brooks Trammell in his sights. Brooks Trammell, he's coming up to this, the second fifth of this one. So that lap 40 mark, and like I was saying, maybe these guys will start switching here, or maybe Brooks has got it. He knows how to run this slick. Can he keep it pushing through the rest of this race? The entirety of this one, it's going to be tough as Shane Yates and Blazing Bo Caro. These two are right next to each other, side by side, giving it everything they got. Clickenbeard still in this one as he's sitting back in 6th place now. So he did lose a couple spots, but not too far back from the action right now. We're watching Blazing Bo Caro as he's got that 11 of Shane Yates in front of him. Shane Yates here closing that gap ever so slowly. Can he get around to him and make it happen? It's an enduro. We're coming around to that halfway point, but we ain't there yet. We still got plenty of racing in this one. And gosh almighty, Miguel, he's so close to that top side. You are right. Whoo! Makes you just clinch up. I got to pull the seat out of my rear end here because clinched a little hard. Now we got the two closing in on the 22. I guess that's really the 222, not just the two. 222 still pushing forward, trying to close out that gap between the 22 and himself. So many twos. We have an 002. We have a 22. We have a 222. We don't have a 2 or an 02. It is a great race here so far. These guys are coming around to that halfway point of the race. And Brooks Trammell can't ease up because he's got the 2 barreling down on him. Getting it done out in the front, the 22 doing great. Oh, the 33 emerged. Oh, he's hung up. I saw that back rear spinning. That's not what you want to see. You get stuck up on a curb. You get stuck up on a berm. It can all happen the same way like that. Oh, that's a heartbreaker. The 2 has caught him. Can Jesse Wall get around the 22 of Brooks Trammell here? .22 Brooks slides down under and around the 27. What a move to get around the lap traffic there of Martin Durant Jr. Brooks and Jesse up on that top side. The 27 going to give him some room to race it out up there. He's going to stay down to the low in the 22, the 222. Oh, my gosh. Ever so close to that edge. My goodness. You talk about some close action here. What a run as we are past that halfway point now. Lap 52 of 100. Just about in the books here. And Brooks Trammell still out in the front for now. Doing a great job holding steady. No! Oh, no! Who's going to come out here is Shane Yates. Gets around him. Shane Yates is pushing now. You talk endurance, absolutely. What a run this is. As Brooks Trammell will now try to get into the mix again. It's a long way to the front now as Nick Clickenbeard is barreling down fast, barreling down hard. 93 just staying on by the hair on his chinny chin right there. thought that was Brooks that went off there. That would have been an absolute heartbreaker. There about that. What a run these guys are going. I like to watch guys go in circles and guys chase footballs too. Oh, the 22 giving a little throttle in the slick. And Jesse Wall gonna use that to his advantage. He goes over. Oh no! A round of incidents there by both of them. The 22 giving too much throttle. Then Jesse Wall heading over the berm. Oh no! What a heartbreaker. Not what you want to see. So disappointing there, but Brooks keeps it going. Brian in the 83 machine makes it around the 30 of Jared Melton. He's in fourth place now. Can he close the gap as it's a 3.2 second gap to the podium now? And this is the closest battle we got in the field. Taft and Melton going at it here. Giving it everything they got. Trammell back battling with that 93. He's just got to remain calm around him. You don't want to get in anything here late in the run. You don't want to see yourself go over the berm. Brooks maybe gave a little too much throttle, but unfortunately for that 222 of Jesse Wall, when you go over, whoo, man. What a run this has been. As the 22 now will work to keep out in front of that 93. Like I said, it's not for position, but that 93 here of Dersham is giving Brooks Trammell a run for his money. Keeping him on his toes. We're going to watch this 83 now as he battles the 30 machine and tries to close that gap as he is closing ever so slowly. But will he have the time? As we will come around to, there it is, 15 to go here. Can Brian Taft close that gap and put himself onto a podium spot here as Brooks still battling with Dersham. Look at him go around the corners here, keeping it steady, keeping it going. '93 really closes that gap in the corners, and I'll tell you what, if at any point Brooks was mirror driving, I think we'd see a lot more mistakes from him. So you gotta give the man credit as far as concentration goes. We'll see if Brian Taft can close it up here. It's not too big of a gap, but this track has definitely seen better days. Brooks trying to remain calm around him. He knows he's already had that little incident right there on the straightaway. You wonder if that plays a little factor in that mind there of Brooks as he throttles into it come that straightaway. I know myself, sometimes it's hard to get past a small mistake like that, especially later on in a race. It might take you a couple laps to really get a feel for that line again. Shane Yates, in the meantime, just putting on an absolute clinic here tonight out in the front. There he does it. He gets around Brooks. And the 30 machine now looking to the low side. Can they make it work? Can Brooks Trammell put himself back in the top three? What a run here in these final few laps. Oh, no! They make contact. Brooks getting into the inside there. The 83 turning him around. Brooks going to try to keep it going here. Put himself back on the podium. He's battling side by side with Jared Melton here. Woo! What a run, what a run. Still side by side, that 30. Gonna give Brooks everything here for these remaining 6 laps when they cross the line. He's looking down low. Brooks over the berm. The 30 of Jared Melton. Gonna swing down. Brooks going back down low, looking low. Can he make something work? As he's gonna try to reel him back in here. Jared Melton, right place, right time. You talk about that. My goodness. Staying smooth, staying consistent and clean. We're watching that 30 machine push forward. Nick Clickenbeard in second. Shane Yates in first. The action has been back here for third place most of the night. And Brooks giving it everything he's got. He's feeding her the beans. Pushing it to it. He said that's about the limit on the high line. Yes, sir, you got that right. They're going to come around the line. We got 3 to go. You can see the leader, Shane Yates, just closing in on these guys, fighting for third place as well. What a run here tonight with the Kings of Sling. Brooks giving it everything. Out of 4 down the straightaway. Blazing Bo Caro, he's back in the mix with Brooks Trammell now. Brooks trying to bring in a top 5 as they will cross the line this next time by. They will get the white flag. ButtKicker Gamer 2, immerse yourself in the game. Feel what you've been missing. Shane Yates, he's just got to close this one out. He's got those guys right in front of him. It don't matter to him, though. He's just going to keep it smooth, keep it steady. Shane Yates going to cross the line. Your leader, your winner, the Big Cheese. 5.4 seconds ahead of 5.7 seconds ahead of your second place here, Nick Clickenbeard. Jared Melton able to get it into the top 3 today. He slowly stalked him, and he got it done. Let's talk to the top 3. Let's see what these guys got to say about their run today. Nick Clickenbeard, do you have a copy, sir?
Yes, sir.
Another solid run by Nick. You just couldn't run down Shane Yates there after you found yourself spinning a little bit. Not to any fault of your own, but you pulled it through. What does that have? I mean, that takes a lot to do what you did tonight.
Yeah, early off we made a mistake. We slid off the top. That was a bonehead move. It's been a while since I've been on since last week, so we made a mistake there, and then we got into a little altercation with the third place car a little later on. Put us a little far behind, but Shane was fast. It was gonna take something happening to him for me to catch him.
Hey, at this track though, I mean it's very obvious. That's something that can be very easily done. Is a small mistake, and when you see guys riding up to the top like you guys were. What have you ever sneezed at this track when you're riding up that close? Because I'd imagine if you did, you're heading right over.
No, I never have, but I race in VR, and any kind of stutter or frame drop, it gets real nerve-wracking.
I can only imagine because I'm right there with you. I'm in VR myself, so I know exactly what you're saying when you say that. That would be terribly frightening. Does that at all ever kind of place your judgment to the low side? Does that ever kind of force you down there, knowing, maybe the frames just aren't feeling right tonight? That computer's acting a little wonky. I'm going to take the midline today.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely plays an effect in it. If you're running a race and you haven't had any problems with your headset or, your internet or, you just got to kind of judge it by the race that you're having. But tonight, yeah, I ran off the top early in the race. Yeah, and they definitely played a factor there. I was trying the low line, felt pretty good down there, passed a couple of cars. I used it when I could to get out of trouble, and worked out for me. Couldn't catch Shane, but it worked out for me. Got second.
Another fantastic run here. I would imagine come the end of this league or the series here, we're going to see you and Shane Yates fighting for this one. So it's been exciting so far. Thanks for such a great run. Who do you want to thank for getting it all done, man?
My wife and kids and Bonham Recovery, Machine Works Motors, Chicken Express, 41 Shocks.
Nick Clickenbeard there, your second place finisher. Congrats and thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Move on. We'll talk to Jared Melton. Jared Melton, do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
You ever heard that song, I was in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time?
Right.
Opposite for you tonight. You find yourself in the right place, the right time. You were like a silent stalker back there, just slowly making your way through the field. Did you have any problems throughout that race? Did you get in any troubles yourself?
Yeah, that's what me and Shane were just talking about. I got caught up behind that wreck there on the very first lap, and then I don't know what happened to Richard. He got stuck on the berm or something there, and I came around and I just absolutely plowed him.
You got him off the berm.
Yeah, he was definitely unstuck by the time I was done.
Well, hey, you're trying to help a friend out, right?
Right. Right. I mean, like I said, I don't know if he was stuck or what happened, but I know I hit him pretty hard.
So what goes through your mind? You're coming around. You got that, I think it was like 6-7 laps, and you're starting to catch Brooks. I don't know if are you watching your relative, or you just looking ahead, trying to focus on that, knowing at any point, like I was saying here to Nick Clickenbeard, a sneeze could really throw you off.
And it can. The top got so slick that, I mean, I really wasn't looking ahead so much as just trying to make sure I didn't take myself off. Because if you miss it just by 1,000th of an inch, you're going over the bank somewhere.
Absolutely there. It's no doubt about this is one of the trickier tracks here on the service. You did a great job tonight. Like I said, you might have had a few altercations, but at the end of the day, you kept it clean, and you were that silent stalker in the back. You were in the right place at the end, at least. So congrats to you on that. And who do you want to thank for getting it all done, putting yourself on the podium tonight?
As always, got to thank Reflex Sim Racing, the wife who sits on the couch and watches me do this and doesn't complain. B&T Setup Shop, those guys are awesome in helping. Even in the fixed setup, they can just teach you little things, and it just makes a big difference no matter what it is.
Absolutely. Congrats to you, Mr. Melton, on a fantastic third-place finish here.
Hey, starting last to third, I'll take it, especially here.
Absolutely. We'll see you here. Push through in the remainder of this season.
See you next week, man.
Let's talk to Shane Yates now, your winner. Shane Yates, do you have a copy, sir?
Yeah, I'm here, buddy.
You are just very impressive in these dirt street stocks. Somebody mentioned that you are in VR, correct?
Yeah, VR.
So I've mentioned it before. I'll say it again. Just a quick sneeze could throw you over the edge here tonight. But you know what I noticed when you were out there driving and you got the lap cars in front of you? I think you were paying attention. You knew the gap that you had, and at that point, there was no hurry for you, it didn't look like, to get around. You were just keeping it calm, keeping it steady, and getting around them when you could. Am I right?
Yeah, I had like 5 seconds. I knew there's a few times there they'll gain a little bit on me, then they lose a little bit, but I wouldn't worry about it. I was just staying smooth and staying pretty much away from the top as much as I could, so I couldn't go over, because I went over like the first lap or two and lost a bunch of positions. So I was like, I'm out front 5 seconds. If they catch me a little bit, they're going to catch me a little bit. As long as I don't get in a big wreck, they ain't going to catch me that fast.
You don't like a tacky track, do you, sir?
No, I like slick. I'm more of a slick track guy.
I am starting to definitely realize that, because if you are going to make a mistake, it's going to be in the early stages of the race when there's a little more grip and that track is just really tacky. It slicks off, and when guys like me, the normal guys here on the iRacing, start making mistakes, that's when you hone in. You get that superhero vision there, and you just rip it through the slick. I mean, you do that like very few people I've seen on the service here in this dirt street stock. Congrats to you on a fantastic run here tonight. That's very impressive, Shane.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, at the end there, I was like, last week, I was running the top and got in a wreck, lost because of the wreck. And I was like, I'm just going to stick to the bottom because, I got them by a lot, Worst I'm going to lose is 1 second, last 10 laps. So I just stuck to the bottom. It was actually pretty fast down there.
Now, if you're watching your relative, you see them maybe catching a little on you, you need a pull to the top. Are you able to do that pretty quick and efficiently? I know myself, sometimes it takes a good 2-3 laps for me to get that line back in if I'm switching.
Yeah, if I lose too much, I'll move up. I watch their lap time, see how much they're gaining on me. They was gaining on me when I was running top in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. They was gaining on me. Then I started running bottom real low in 1 and 2, then top, and I was pulling away. So I knew I was faster than them, ever who was behind me. But I was just staying consistent, watching out for the guys in front of me in case they, got sideways or whatever.
A very impressive show here tonight. The 11 machine finds himself in victory lane yet again. And who do you want to thank for getting it all done, sir?
Thank my team, Rocket Racing Setups, for all the help, man, they give me. Thank Brandon for putting the league on, man. He puts a good league on. And thank you guys for broadcasting it for us. I've only watched you guys a few times, but you guys do a good job broadcasting. You guys really do.
Well, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. That is Shane Yates, the winner here tonight. Thank you again, Shane, for putting on a great show.
Thank you, bud.
And that is all we got for you here tonight from the Kings of Sling. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in here on CWTV. Rich, that's all I got for you tonight. I'll tell you what, tomorrow, I know a lot of people work in the morning, but maybe you're getting ready early. You're trying to do something at home. I got a little 9:30 action coming from the battle over the Pacific, a little Australians versus Americans. The Americans, we won last week. We're riding on a high right now. Let's go, America. Let's get this win here tomorrow morning. The battle over the Pacific coming at you. Actually, you know what? We're on a 2-week run because Hayden Cardwell came in there and cleaned them up 2 weeks ago. So we'll see you here tomorrow. The battle over the Pacific. You guys have a great night. Until then, thank you so much. We'll see you later. Goodbye.